One of the things I did a lot in my accounting career was because I started pretty much before companies were, especially smaller companies, had computers, and as time went on, even the smaller companies started having computers. So one of the ones I did, and I specialized in, ended up specializing in. Was doing computer conversion. It's like converting to a computer, like the manual books to a computer. And in some instances, later on, I did conversion from one computer system to a better one, upgraded it to a better one. And I did that a number of times. The first time got to work on a computer was my second accounting job, and that was Carroll Shelby Enterprises. And I didn't actually do the conversion there, but I did get my hands wet there. But I can't tell you how many, even like some of the companies I worked for a short time, even a lot of those, I actually did conversion and stuff. So which takes, it's a lot of work. Mostly it's organization. It's like being organized well enough to do that, to get it organized and then do the transition so the transition is nice and smooth. When I was working for, what was the name of the company? Bay Central Lumber. When I was working for them, they had a guy that was supposedly like a consultant that came in that was doing conversion, and he screwed it up. He ended up, we spent a lot of time and effort doing like an inventory to a certain date, and then he didn't convert it over soon enough, so we ended up with this growing mess where they had to catch up and catch up and catch up, and so it didn't work, and I actually offered the boss, George Higgy. It's like, hey, I can, it's like, if you want me to do this, I'll do it, but he turned me down. He was kind of a misogynist. I don't think he respected women very much, but this guy just kind of messed it up. It was also, it's like, I remember the name of the computer too. It was a North Star. It's like, and that was the cat. Get off of that table. Anyway, I think he made it crooked. That was Mr. Grey Cat. Anyway, putting in his 2 cents. So anyway, a lot of what I did was I converted. I did, like I said, a lot of that. It's like from one to another system. And lots of times what I would do in a lot of these companies, I would, even if it wasn't going from manual to computer, it's like if they were using an old, outdated, crappy system that wasn't working right. And God, I can't tell you how much bad accounting software I had to deal with. That's another story, the bad software. And I would recommend and look at other softwares and so on. And the first software I ran across that was actually decent was a software called Add-on, which later became, I think, Thoroughbred. And it was actually good software. It looked like they actually used an accountant to develop the software, because a lot of it was not. You could tell that computer guys were doing the software and stuff, and they had no background in accounting or anything. So like I said, it's like I dealt with a lot of really terrible accounting software, just awful, including at Apex Computer Systems, where they were doing conversions and stuff, but they were a value-added reseller. I don't think those exist anymore, but I think Apex is actually still around. Anyway, they had initially when I was there, they had this software, and it was so bug ridden it wasn't funny. A lot of the software had lots and lots of bugs in it, and but at some point I actually worked there twice. And the second time when I went back, they were using something called Thoroughbred, and it's like, hey, took a look at it. Hey, this stuff is really good, especially after the crafting you guys were using before. So anyway, I just want to talk about how many countless companies that I moved over from manual or from a crappy accounting software and computers to much better computers.